last shot with 30-year-old Julian Bailey, who finished well up in the gear race last year, only to be excluded after a protest. It's his third time at Macau. Now they're streaming through. Remember, this is a 15-lap race. It's going to be action all the way. The weather conditions are perfect, and the leaders are coming up to the police workshops. From there to the Donna Maria Bend, the left-hander, which leads down to the Milko hairpin. And when we last saw the leader, it was Rickard Rydell, followed by David Coulthard. And here they come. It's still Rydell, Coulthard, Yanei. So it's the Tom's Toyota leading. It is a Rolt Mugen in second place, and it is another Rolt Mugen in third position. Now, at this point, as they come down to the Milko hairpin, they were doing about 100 miles an hour. And 20-year-old David Coulthard, with a very old, experienced head on his young shoulders, is pushing hard for the lead. This is Julian Bailey. Exit the Milko hairpin. Now on the way to Fisherman's Bend, and it's still Rydell and Coulthard. They're starting to break away slightly from Jordie Gene, and off on the first lap goes Marco Werner, the 25-year-old German driver, and Coulthard, that's Gene in third position. Coulthard is pushing hard all the way, because if you can get ahead in a clear track, now he's going for it. David Coulthard is going for Rydell, who moves across. Coulthard dodges to the left. Is he going to take the lead? Yeah, no. Rydell leads. Coulthard, look at him, right under his wing, and he's pushing again, and Rydell is holding him back. Well, this is tremendously determined driving from Rickard Rydell and David Coulthard, with Jordie Gene in third place, with Fittipaldi in fourth position. That's car number 6, and it's a Dallara in fifth position of Max Angelelli, with Hideki Noda, the Japanese driver, is 6th. Tom Kristensen is in 7th place. And now David Coulthard leads the Macau Grand Prix. He has got ahead of Rickard Rydell, and a magnificent move. He's only 20 years old, and he was bitterly disappointed not to win the British Championship this year. But now look at the way Coulthard, cramming on the power, is building a cushion between himself and the battle for second place now. It's a quite incredible drive by Coulthard. The fastest lap ever. The lap record here at Macau is Mika Hakkinen, who finished second to Michael Schumacher last year, 2 minutes 20.81. An average speed around this 3.8 mile lap of 97.2 miles an hour. So we'll see whether the lap record is going. The fuel load in Formula 3 on a race like this does not affect car performance at the latter stages of the race like it does in Formula 1, because it is not nearly as big and therefore as heavy. But Rydell second. Yanei, number 12, is in third position, just ahead of Fittipaldi. Christian Fittipaldi is in fourth position. Fifth place is Max Angelelli, number 29, when you see him on your screens, and he's driving a Dallara with a VW engine, and Rydell is holding him up. And it's giving, Rickard Rydell is undoubtedly holding Jordie Gene up. You can see it's giving David Coulthard the opportunity to break away. We are on lap 2 in this 15-lap leg 1 of the Macau Grand Prix, and the results are decided on the accumulated times from the 2 legs. What a spread of nationalities. Scotland leads, Sweden second, Spain third, Brazil fourth, Italy fifth, and Japan sixth. Over the line at the end of lap 4 at Macau in this 15-lap first leg go the leaders, and David Coulthard is leading, and Rickard Rydell has been passed by Jordie Gene at Statue Bend. Rickard Rydell's car is undoubtedly not going as well as he would like. He had trouble in the practicing. His engine was down on power. They changed the engine in the Tom's Toyota, and now Jordie Gene is up into second place, looking back at Rydell's car.
Depot, we're known for low prices.
It's the service that really sets us apart. We can design a kitchen free.
We'll cut screen, glass, pipe, or anything else.
We'll leave a special order.
We'll load your car. No problem. We'll be glad to deliver.
We're proud to honor the American Express card.
We'll make it easy for you.
Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning, and where we welcome the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Right here. Okay, roll it.
Nick, I keep missing them.
I know what you need, Harry. Come on, gang. You can't miss with country-fed meats. Give it a try now, Harry. Give me 5.
For free home delivery of steaks, chicken, and seafood, call Country Fed Meat today.
Hockey East. Northeastern versus New Hampshire. Sunday night at 7 on Sports South.
Now here is the battle for fourth. Angelelli in the red and white car. Christian Fittipaldi is fifth. Tom Kristensen is gaining in sixth position. The Dallara is well known for its handling properties. Let's see how Christian Fittipaldi in the Reynard, which has been patiently developed by Pete Briggs's Eden Bridge Racing organisation during this 1991 Formula 3 season in Britain, copes with the Dallara. So Fittipaldi, as you can see, is in fifth position. Behind him, Tom Kristensen in the Watson's car. The yellow and green one is in sixth place. Angelelli in the red and white car is fourth. Ahead of them, third, second, and the leader, Rickard Rydell, Jordie Gene, David Coulthard. We are on lap 8. It's a 15-lap race, and Angelelli runs wide at the right-hander. Fittipaldi closes up, but hasn't got enough grunt to get through. And Kristensen is being caught by Gilles DeFerran. So we've got fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh virtually together, because Gilles DeFerran in the second Reynard car, he is the teammate of number 6 there. Christian Fittipaldi, who is in fifth position, has caught Tom Kristensen, who is seventh. Watch them. There's DeFerran. And now here are fourth, Angelelli. Fifth in the white car, Fittipaldi. He's pulling away a bit from Tom Kristensen. There he is, seventh position. Eighth is Gilles DeFerran. They're exiting the Melco hairpin area with the South China Sea on the left, the reservoir on the right, Fisherman's Bend. Now the run down to R Bend, the exit from R Bend up to Reservoir Bend. But if you run too wide on that rumble strip, as Jordie Gene, now 8 seconds behind David Coulthard, goes through. We're not seeing much of David Coulthard because he's out on his own, and there is this wonderful scrap for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and now 8th position, because Jacques Villeneuve, number 26, if you see him on your screens, in the Prema Rolt Alfa Romeo, is starting to catch Gilles DeFerran in 7th place. And that's Hideki Noda in the black and white car on the left. He is in 9th place. And where is Rubens Barrichello? That's what's in. There he is. That's Rubens Barrichello, number 11, fighting with Noda for 8th position. Now that's Barrichello, number 11. And the Brazilian champion in Britain in 1991 is in 8th place. He has got Gilles DeFerran in his sights. And he's definitely a man to watch. He's been very disappointing for himself here at Macau, because he had engine problems. He blew a cylinder head gasket in practicing yesterday. He had problems the day before, and it's his first time at Macau. For that matter, it's David Coulthard's first time at Macau. It's Rickard Rydell's 5th time at Macau, so that makes Coulthard's drive all the more creditable. However, we're watching number 11, Rubens Barrichello, 8th position, Gilles DeFerran is in front of him in 7th place. And there is the caption which shows you the first 6 places on lap 9 out of 15. This is the Macau hairpin, and they take that in first gear at about 25 miles an hour. Sounds slow, is slow. But my goodness, if you're sitting in a single-seater car, it's jolly quick. Now, here's Max Angelelli in the red and white car with Fittipaldi again challenging for 4th position. And Kristensen behind them. 4th, 5th and 6th this is, and 7th, because there is Gilles DeFerran. They're coming up to the right, left-hander at Reservoir Bend. Angelelli, 4th position. And Fittipaldi is in a good position now to attack. And Fittipaldi is right up alongside Angelelli now. They're going into the right-hander at Mandarin Bend, and they take that bend at some 140 miles an hour, believe it or not, and they're in line abreast as they come down to Statue Corner. Angelelli weaving about a bit, and now Christian goes through. Tom Kristensen goes through and takes 5th position from Fittipaldi. So the Danish champion of Germany, Formula 3 of 1991, Tom Kristensen, and now he's taking Angelelli, is he? No. What a wonderful scrap for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th places.
Turner Broadcasting and Time Life Video dare you to take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life, the gripping, award-winning nature video series that exposes the struggle to survive through uncensored, shocking photography. Join acclaimed naturalist David Attenborough for a close encounter with raw nature as you've never seen it before. Violent footage shows you the thrill of the hunt and the strategy of the kill, the relentless drive to continue the bloodline, and the miracle of birth. Call now and receive Hunting and Escaping for $9.99 and see up close why the law of the jungle is kill or be killed. Try Hunting and Escaping. If it captures your interest, you can get other videos about every other month. Each tape explores the harsh realities of survival in the animal world. People magazine calls Trials of Life visually stunning. See the deadly art of survival in the wild with Trials of Life. Some scenes may not be suitable for younger viewers. Take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life. Call now to order Hunting and Escaping for $9.99 and find out why we call them animals.
To order your Trials of Life video, call 1-800-533-1400. That's 1-800-533-1400. Or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Trials of Life, P.O. Box 8207, Atlanta, Georgia. Or call 1-800-533-1400.
Lap 11, 15-lap race. Macau is famous for action, and my goodness, there's lots of it today, and Fittipaldi nearly loses it there, and I think he's lost a place. I think Fittipaldi was passed by Gilles DeFerran, so Fittipaldi has gone down to 7th place. DeFerran has gone up into 6th position, and that means to say that the Eden Bridge Reynard cars are both in the top 6. There is Yannet in 2nd place, and now David Coulthard has shattered the lap record which Jordie Gene there had just created. 2 minutes 20.2, that is 6/10 of a second inside the previous lap record, and it is just 1/10 of a second off Rickard Rydell's pole position time. And you do not normally... Here's Coulthard leading the race, and it looks as though he's going to win the first leg very convincingly, not only with a long lead over Jordie Gene of some 9 seconds, but with the fastest lap in the bag as well. 2 minutes 20.1 for David Coulthard, now coming in the Paul Stewart Racing Montagu-sponsored Roltbogen out of Reservoir Bend. The white line you can see roughly halfway up your screen is the finish line for the lap. So now David Coulthard from Twynham in Scotland leads this man approaching us now, Jordie Gene, on lap 14 out of 15, and the gap between the two Roltbogens is increasing, 9.3 seconds. This is Rickard Rydell, Tom's Toyota, 3rd position, well ahead of the battle for 4th position. And here it is, Angelelli in the Dallara, 4th. Tom Kristensen is 5th. In 6th position, Jordie DeFerran, and he's got his friend right behind him, Christian Fittipaldi, who is attacking at the attacking for 6th position and getting it. Fittipaldi goes into 6th position ahead of DeFerran, runs wide again, and that's the second time that Fittipaldi has lost a place. On a previous lap, he lost it to Tom Kristensen, running wide at Statue Bend. He did exactly the same thing again, and his teammate, Jordie DeFerran, nipped through back into 6th position. Kristensen, ahead of him, Angelelli. Well, I haven't said very much about Massimiliano Angelelli, to give him his full Christian name, although he's known as Max, thank heavens for me. 5 years racing, and he's done a lot of karts there. We're looking at David Coulthard at the moment, and Angelelli, who is in 4th place, moved up to Formula 3 in 1989. He's been there ever since. He was 3rd in the Monaco Grand Prix Formula 3 race this year. But David Coulthard is definitely the man of the race. He was man of qualifying until Rickard Rydell snatched pole position from him on the last full-speed lap yesterday and just pipped David Coulthard for pole position by 0.2 of a second. And Coulthard has underlined his world championship class, because I have no doubt that this young man, if he can get the sponsorship money he needs for Formula 3000 in 1992, will go on to Formula 1. He's only 20 years old. He's got a glittering future in front of him, and he's crossing the line now to start his 15th and last lap, leading here Spaniard Jordie Gene, driving as ever in 2nd position. I can hardly say always the bridesmaid and never the bride, but in male terms that certainly applies to Jordie Gene. 2nd place time after time this year, and here he is at Macau, being beaten very convincingly by young, tall, fair-haired, very square-jawed David Coulthard, who is being trained by the great Jackie Stewart, 3 times world champion, as a member of Jackie's son's team, Paul Stewart Racing, to be a Formula 1 champion of the future, and I have little doubt that he will be. Coulthard leads in Macau then. He is up Faraway Hill now, passing Kageyama's car, stuck in the wall. Coming out of the right-hander at the police workshops, this is it. And Coulthard on his last lap, lap 15 of the first Formula 3 Macau Grand Prix 15-lap leg, into the Donna Maria bend, 2nd gear, 75 miles an hour, up into 3rd, accelerating up, believe it or not, to 100 miles an hour between the walls and the barriers, hard on the brakes, down to 1st gear for the Milko hairpin, past the Dragon Tower, now up through the gears, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, up into 5th gear, and 140 miles an hour on the approach to Fisherman's Bend, the 4th gear, 135 mile an hour right-hander. This is it. And Coulthard now has just got to do R bend. You're looking at Max Angelelli, followed by Kristensen, and back again with the leader into R bend. Now onto the fastest part of the course. He's doing about 120 here, accelerating up into 5th gear for the left-hander at Reservoir Bend, still accelerating, 140 miles an hour. He's within sight of the checkered flag, and the first 15-lap leg of the Formula 3 Macau Grand Prix is won by David Coulthard, and it's won very convincingly indeed, because you look down the straight, the grandstand straight, there is Jordie Gene from Spain, finishing in 2nd place, 9 seconds behind Coulthard. And we wait now for Rickard Rydell to come through in 3rd position in the Tom's Toyota. He does so now. Who is going to be 4th, 5th and 6th? Well, there is Rydell. Here they are, coming towards us. Is it going to be Max Angelelli? Yes, it is. Antonelli takes 4th place. DeFerran is 5th. Fittipaldi just pushed Tom Kristensen down to 7th place at the end of the race. And David Coulthard won by 9.1 seconds, and he takes that lead into the second 15-lap leg of the Macau Grand Prix, and he takes it into the lead from Jordie Gene, who was 2nd. Rickard Rydell from Sweden, the man who started in pole position, finished in 3rd place with, I suspect, a down on power engine, and he was some 23 seconds behind David Coulthard. Max Angelelli in the Dallara 4th, Gilles DeFerran from Brazil in the Reynard in 5th position, Christian Fittipaldi in 6th place.
David Palmer, Eric Sire, Randall Godfrey, Tamaric Vanover. Before becoming impact freshmen, they were sensational seniors on Sports South Southern Football Recruiting. This year we've gone live with a weekly call-in talk show featuring highlights of the top 150 recruits in the South and from around the nation. Join CNN Sports' Bob Pasella and recruiting expert Forrest Davis on Countdown to Signing Day Live, beginning Saturday morning at 11:30 on Sports South.
Has this ever happened to you? Don't tear that shirt into dust rags. Introducing DD7 Super All-Purpose Stain Remover. Remove that stain without a trace. Dilute and soak fabrics for a light new whiteness. Imagine this is your laundry and a red sock turns everything pink, or ink leaks from a pen. Iodine. Add DD7 to the final rinse and all is restored. Order DD7 today on this special TV offer for $14.95, or save $10 in order 2 for $19.95. Now you see it, now you don't. Now call.
Charlotte Hornets basketball, the Sports South season premiere. Larry Johnson, Kendall Gill, and Muggsy Bogues showcase the Hornets lineup on the road versus Boston live. And right after the game, it's the Wendy's post-game wrap-up. Charlotte at Boston, live tomorrow night at 7:30 on Sports South. You're watching Sports South Network.
Well, we have a winner from the first leg, but of course it's not over yet, and let's not forget what happened to Mika Hakkinen last year. He won the first leg, then on the last lap of the second, all he had to do was stay in behind Michael Schumacher to take the Grand Prix overall. A rush of blood to the head, he crashed, he lost it all. Will we have the same drama this year? Let's see.
So there in the background, the reservoir. On the right, the South China Sea and the ferry terminal. His Excellency, the Governor, is here to watch the second leg of the Macau Grand Prix, and I remind you again that it is the aggregate times of the first 2 legs that decide the overall winner. So, on the right, David Coulthard. On the left, Jordie Gene with his rearward-facing camera. Behind David Coulthard is Rickard Rydell in the Tom's Toyota. Behind Gene on the left is Max Angelelli. Now, you will probably see a man with a green flag at the back of the grid. It will be John McDonald, who not only won the Macau Grand Prix in 1965, 72, 73 and 75, but he also won the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix and the gear race. So surely nobody in the history of this great event that is held here has got such a distinguished record. All 3 categories to have won. Brilliant. There's John McDonald waving the green flag in the background. So it is ready to go for the second 15-lap leg. And he's creeping. Now there was somebody, I'll identify, it looks like Marcel Albers. Marcel Albers jumped the start. If I am right, Marcel Albers jumped the start and will almost certainly be penalised. And this is Statue Corner, which has caused so much trouble in the past. Coulthard leads leads. Genet is second. We're looking back now from Genet's camera. It's Max Angelelli there who is in third position. He's moved up from fourth place. So the Italian Angelelli in the Dallara VW has improved his position by 1 place compared with his position on the grid, as Joe Zeller, the Swiss veteran, exits the pit lane from which he started. And the field tightly bunched because they've not yet had an opportunity to spread out significantly. So we're waiting now for David Coulthard, who, with a 9-second advantage after the first leg, got away cleanly at the start, led away down the long Yacht Club straight into Statue Corner, and will almost certainly come through in the lead at the end of the first lap, albeit with Jordie Gene from Spain in the West Surrey Racing Rortmugen, and David Coulthard is in the Paul Stewart Racing Rortmugen. Two identical cars except for the tuning differences of Dick Bennett's and Andy Miller, the respective team managers of the West Surrey Racing team and Paul Stewart Racing, have been able to effect. So now they are round the Melco hairpin, and no car casualties as far as I know so far, down to Fisherman's Bend, and it is Coulthard leading, Genet in second place, as Coulthard exits the right-hander ahead of Genet. You can see there's quite a gap because Max Angelelli is holding up Christian Fittipaldi. I have little doubt about that, as the leaders come through to complete the first of 15 laps. The leaders being first, David Coulthard. In second place, it is Genet. Third place, Angelelli. Fourth is Fittipaldi. Fifth is Albers. And in sixth position, behind Marcel Albers, they're streaming down to Statue Corner now. We're with Julian Bailey, and it's Fittipaldi in fourth position. Albers, as I told you, in fifth place. Round Statue Corner they go. No problems there. So I am now giving you the accumulated results. Coulthard leads then 10.2 seconds ahead of Jordie Gene, and Max Angelelli is in third position in the overall race, but he's down to fourth position behind Christian Fittipaldi, because Fittipaldi comes up into third place. There he is. Christian in the Reynard Mugen. Down to fourth position goes Angelelli. Tom Kristensen is in fifth place. David Coulthard on lap 17 out of 30, including the first 15-lap leg, leads Jordie Gene. You can see them now as they're coming down to Reservoir Bend. Coulthard, Gene. Now look back. Fittipaldi in third position. So Coulthard and Gene. Then there's Fittipaldi. Behind Fittipaldi is Angelelli. Christensen is in fifth position, and Marcel Albers is in sixth position. Rubens Barrichello is in seventh place, and here's Fittipaldi, third. But it's the battle for fourth, as it was in the previous race, which is commanding our attention. Lap 4 on the second leg, and lap 19 in all. Because, I say again, it's the two 15-lap races added together that decide the results. Into the pits comes Joe Zeller, well down on the listings, coming up to complete the lap. Coulthard leads, as he has done every lap. Genet still second. Here is Fittipaldi with that distinctive yellow helmet of his, and he will be overall in third position now. And Genet trying for the lead as they go into Statue Corner, but Coulthard manages to stave him off, closes the door, not too vigorously, very politely, but he doesn't let the Spaniard through. And I can tell you now that at 2/3 race distance, with 20 out of the 30 laps aggregate completed, David Coulthard is leading the 1991 Macau Grand Prix, still by 9.35 seconds. He's 0.2 of a second ahead of Genet in this leg. He beat him in the first leg by 9.1, and there in the pits is Julian Bailey, and it looks as though the curse of the on-car camera has struck the Englishman. So often we put a camera on a car only to have the car have trouble, not because of the camera, it's just an uncanny coincidence. And Julian Bailey has retired from the second leg of the Macau Grand Prix. You are seeing a superstar in the making. Yane just tries to show his nose to Coulthard, who doesn't have to worry. There's no way that the Spaniard was going to get through at Macau hairpin any more, you see, than the places are changing behind him. It's still Angelelli, Kristensen, Barrichello, Marcel Albers up there, the Dutchman. And unless Genet can force Coulthard into a mistake, or the Scotsman has some sort of mechanical problem, it looks as though David Coulthard has got this race well and truly by the throat. Although this is the part of the course where Genet seems to be marginally faster. He's closing right up on Coulthard now. He's slipstreaming him all the time. He's taking a tremendous buffeting from the rear wing of Coulthard's Rollmugen. Coulthard moves across to protect his position as he takes up his line for Statue Corner. Genet is going to try and pass him on the outside, but he won't do it, because Coulthard has got the inside line and Genet has to back off.
Has this ever happened to you? Don't tear that shirt into dust rags. Introducing DD7 Super All-Purpose Stain Remover. Remove that stain without a trace. Dilute and soak fabrics for a light new whiteness. Imagine this is your laundry and a red sock turns everything pink, or ink leaks from a pen. Iodine. Add DD7 to the final rinse and all is restored. Order DD7 today on this special TV offer for $14.95, or save $10 in order 2 for $19.95. Now you see it, now you don't. Now call.
Before Sean, before Roger, there was Barry Nelson.
Hello, this is James Bond. Hi, I'm Leonard Maltin. Join me for the very beginning of Bond, Casino Royale.
8 Eastern, Sunday night on TBS.
Every year, the excitement grows. It's more popular than ever. NCAA Women's Basketball. Find out who's on top in the NCAA Women's Basketball Preview. Tuesday night at 11:30 on Sportscars. December and holiday cheer, and all the action's here. Atlanta Hawks basketball. Some of the best live rim rocket action in the game today. Sports South's live college basketball will feature ACC and SEC action, including Vanderbilt and more. Hit the gridiron for the 1AA college playoffs and Sports South's weekly high school football recruiting show. Countdown to signing day live, all in December on Sports South.
To be fast and furious at Macau. We are on lap 8 of the second leg of the Formula 3 Macau Grand Prix, and Jordie Gene, who finished second in the first leg and is second in this one, that's car number 12, the West Surrey Racing Rollmugen, the Spanish driver who has yet to win a Formula 3 race, is pushing as hard as he possibly can, but he's pushing against a brick wall in the form of the rear wing of David Coulthard's immaculately driven Rollmugen. And there are the positions, or there were the positions, after 7 laps. We're on lap 8 now, so we are over half distance in this second leg. Is David Coulthard going to make it the double? Now, those figures moving at the bottom are the lap time of David Coulthard, his fastest lap so far this afternoon, 2 minutes 20.1, and that was a lap record. So if it's less than that, he's broken it. And And he has. And he has. David Coulthard. Now, I apologise. 2 minutes 20.46, 0.2 of a second slower. But the consistency of Coulthard is really impressing me. He's lapping in just over 2:20, 2 minutes 20 seconds, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Here's the battle for fourth. Angelelli, Kristensen, Barrichello. Albers dropping back a bit is in 7th place. And there are therefore no changes overall in the first 6 places, which after 23 of the 30 aggregated laps sees David Coulthard leading Jordie Gene by 10.3 seconds. Christian Fittipaldi is in 3rd position, so he's moved up 2 places in comparison with his finish in the first leg. Max Angelelli is 4th overall. Kristensen is in 5th position overall. This is lap 9, 15-lap race. It's lap 24 on aggregate. And Coulthard is definitely easing away from Gene. Perhaps the Spaniard is tiring. That is Christian Fittipaldi in 3rd position. And Fittipaldi in 3rd position is 28 seconds behind Gene on aggregate. So to get 2nd position on aggregate, this man, Fittipaldi, has got to catch and pass the car in front of him and finish some 29 seconds ahead, which is very unlikely. Now here's Coulthard. His lead will have gone up, I think. It was 10.31 seconds overall on aggregate. And it's now just about the same. As you look from behind the Mandarin Hotel corner at Angelelli, 4th position. Kristensen can do nothing about it in 5th place. Barrichello, 6th, seems similarly to be stuck where he is. Marcel Albers has got a bit of a gap in his Alan Docking Racing car between himself and Barrichello. And Rubens will not be very happy with his performance at Macau. Not that he's driven badly, but he had car problems in practice, which slowed him up in a bad grid position, which is what he had here. And there is another new lap record. And Jordie Gene is the first Formula 3 driver to have circulated Macau in under 2 minutes 20 seconds. And that was 2 minutes 19.95, a speed of 97.77 miles an hour. In doing so, he has closed up again on David Coulthard, but not very much. So Coulthard's time too must have been a lap record, I would figure. But anyway, Jordie Gene has got the honour at the present moment, and that'll be some consolation for him if he finishes in 2nd place. So frustrating, of course, for the drivers who are trying to pass somebody. These Formula 3 cars, which develop about 160 horsepower with their constricted 2-litre 4-cylinder engines, mean that the performance is virtually identical. It's totally down to the driver, but it's impossible under the circumstances that Angelelli, Kristensen, Barrichello and Albers are driving, to be able to get the speed by ducking out of the slipstream. And Coulthard and Gene go through to complete lap 11. And here is Fittipaldi, 3rd in the race, 3rd overall. And again, Gene is challenging, but again, Coulthard has got the inside line and Gene goes through. Jordie Gene has taken the lead from David Coulthard. Now, is David Coulthard going to keep his cool? It doesn't matter to him that Gene has taken the lead. It matters a great deal to Gene, of course, because... And there is another retirement. And so out of the race now goes Tetsuya Tanaka. That was his car, parked by the side of the grid. And Jordie Gene, this means everything to the Spaniard, as I said earlier on. It's not just that he's never won a Formula 3 race, but if the first Formula 3 race that he wins with another lap record He's now broken the lap record 3 times in his Dick Bennett's masterpiece, the West Surrey Racing Raltmugen. And here is a replay of Jordie Gene taking the lead from David Coulthard as they go through on their 12th lap out of 15 on the second leg of the entry to Statue Corner.
Since my last visit to Cowpuncher's Palace, things sure have changed, and it's easy to see why. Cowpuncher's has boots galore, all sizes and styles, priced to fit any cowboy's budget. I'm telling you, they've got enough boots to build the state of Texas. Well, almost. Cowpuncher's also has the right clothes to fit your style, from dress to casual, all colors and sizes. So saddle up and head for Cowpuncher's Palace. Just look for the cowboy, no, the 40-foot-tall cowboy, just a mile outside I-285 on Covington Highway.
Trilobite, what your mom would say when she wanted you to eat broccoli. Trilobite, dental condition similar to but less common than an overbite. Trilobite? What? Find out at Fernbank. Gondwana Land, phrase muttered by pilots as fuel gauge approaches E. Gondwana Land? Find out at Fernbank. The new Fernbank Museum.
It's a way of life. I'm Tim Brando, inviting you to join us for all the flavor and excitement. Southern Style, Friday nights on Sports South.
Coming through then to complete lap 12 of the second 15-lap leg, now with Jordie Gene in the lead, having taken first position from David Coulthard at Statue Bend approach on the previous lap. But as I've just said, and as you look at Christian Fittipaldi in third place, with the battle for fourth continuing behind, David Coulthard will know that provided he does not let Jordie Gene pull right ahead of him more than 9.1 seconds, he will win overall. And the battle for fourth continues. Now, it's still Angelelli in fourth position, but Rubens Barrichello has taken fifth position on the approach to Statue Corner from the Danish driver, Tom Kristensen, who goes down to sixth, ahead of Marcel Albers in seventh position. And Barrichello's got the feel of Macau now, no doubt about that. Now, he is in fifth position overall, behind Angelelli. He's going to close up on the Italian in his Dallara VW. And he's only got 2 laps at the end of this one, as have, of course, the leaders. Here they are. Now, by the same token that I was talking about David Coulthard keeping his cool, so Jordie Gene has got to keep his cool. He's in the lead. He will see Coulthard in the mirrors which are on either side of his driver's windscreen, and he will know that unless he can pull away from the Scotsman, he's still only going to finish second overall. That may force him to go a bit too hard, unless he's going to be sensible and be content with second place overall and a victory in the second leg, and that would be something very proud, to be very proud about. So, we'll see. Number 12, Jordie Gene. He's got the lap record here, 2 minutes 19.63, a speed of 97.99 miles an hour, average around this 3.8-mile lap. Comes from Barcelona. Like most of them, he started in karts. You're still watching Angelelli in fourth position, chased by Barrichello in fifth, chased by Tom Kristensen down to sixth, and Marcel Albers in seventh, as Gene and Coulthard, first and second, start the penultimate lap, the last lap but one. And Coulthard, I do think, yeah, he's having a look anyway. He's maintaining the pressure on Gene all the way. He's not letting the Spaniard get away with it. But remember what happened with Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher. last year. Although the positions were reversed, and of course Mika Häkkinen was leading on his way to winning overall as a result of winning both legs, and he blew it. Well, David Coulthard is not giving up. And Jordie Gene, I was saying, started his career in kart racing in Spain. Then he was in the Junior Formula Ford Championship over there before becoming Spanish Formula Ford champion. Then he came to Britain, and that's where the drivers have to go in their developing years because there is so much good racing. He finished 5th in the Formula Ford Festival at Brands Hatch. Then into Formula 3 in Britain in 1990, last year. 4th in the British Championship this year. 5 second places, and as I have said, has yet to win a Formula 3 race. Is this going to be the first one? Elko happy. Lap 40. Just 1 lap after this. Is Coulthard going to throw caution to the winds? I rather doubt it, as Christian Fittipaldi goes through in 3rd position in the second leg, 3rd position overall. Angelelli is still 4th in the race, 4th overall. Barrichello is 5th in the race, 5th overall. Kristensen is 6th in the race, 6th overall. Rickard Rydell is down in 7th position.
Before Sean, before Roger, there was Barry Nelson.
Hello. This is James Bond.
Lost for 30 years, it's the first telecast of Casino Royale since 1954.
Has he changed much since the days when you two were...
He looks just the same.
With the villain, the woman, and the high stakes.
Baiting killing's part of my job.
Hi, I'm Leonard Maltin. Join me for the very beginning of Bond, Casino Royale.
8 Eastern, Sunday night on TBS.
David Palmer, Eric Zire, Randall Godfrey, Tamarick Vanover. Before becoming impact freshmen, they were sensational seniors on Sports South Southern Football Recruiting. This year we've gone live with a weekly call-in talk show featuring highlights of the top 150 recruits in the South and from around the nation. Join CNN Sports' Bob Pasella and recruiting expert Horace Davis on Countdown to Signing Day Live, beginning Saturday morning at 11:30 on Sports South.
Top Dirt Saturday explodes as Rice and Houston unleash awesome offenses in a battle for bragging rights.
Live Saturday at 1 on Sports South.
Lace up your skates and get ready for the wildest, hardest hitting, fastest end-to-end hockey around. Hockey East.
Northeastern versus New Hampshire. Sunday night at 7 on Sports South.
And now here they come soon in a few seconds to start lap 15, the crucial last lap of the 1991 Macau Grand Prix, and it looks like another lap record. No, the clock just ticked over, 2 minutes 20.4. Now, is what's Coulthard going to do? He's showing all the signs to me of being very content just to sit there. He will be saying to himself, keep cool, David. He's not 9.2 seconds ahead of me. That's what he would need to be in order to win overall. And if Coulthard stays where he is in relation to Jordie Gene, the Spaniard, both of them driving Royal Mugens, and that is Albers, and Albers is out at Statue Corner. No, he's not. And that looks like Hideki Noda, who has rammed the Armco. This won't worry either Jordie Gene in the lead. No, it is not. Yes, it is Hideki Noda. I apologize. Hideki Noda from Japan is out of the race, and well down on aggregate, of course, because everybody who does the 2 full races is going to finish ahead of him. But it won't worry Jordie Gene in the lead, or David Coulthard in second place. Here they are exiting Moorish Hill, because they have gone round Statue Corner for the 15th and last time in this race. They're on their last lap. Now let's see. Oh, Albert's just lost it. He lost the rear end, oversteered, and just went backwards into the Armco. Just trying a bit too hard at Statue Corner as the leaders with Christian Fittipaldi 37.7 seconds behind Coulthard, who is second on aggregate, also goes round Macau. And it looks to me as though from Barcelona, Spain, Jordie Gene is indeed going to win his first Formula 3 race by winning the second leg here at Macau, beating David Coulthard, but in staying as close to Gene as he has done. Coulthard is going to win on aggregate by, I would guess, about 7 seconds, maybe a bit less. There's nothing that Coulthard could do about Gene. Gene wins the second leg. David Coulthard, however, from Twynham in Scotland, wins the 1991 Macau Grand Prix on aggregate as Christian Fittipaldi finishes in third position. Coming towards us now in fourth place, Max Angelelli in his Dallara VW. Fifth is Rubens Barrichello, weaving his way across the line to keep Tom Kristensen behind him. The winner of the 1991 Macau Grand Prix was David Coulthard. He won the first leg by 9.1 seconds. He finished second in the second leg. He won on aggregate.
December and holiday cheer and all the actions here. A gift wrap, ribbon tied, holiday sports package, Atlanta Hawks basketball, serving up the excitement, some of the best live rim rocket action in the game today. And in the Carolinas, Christmas cheer means cheering on the Hornets as they travel the road of the NBA live. Sports South's live college basketball will feature ACC and SEC action, including Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and more of the best hoops from across the land, including some of the top women's teams as well. And from the hardwood to the gridiron, catch the 1AA college playoffs live. Plus, Sports South's weekly high school football recruiting show, Countdown to Signing Day Live. The holiday list goes on and on, so be sure to catch it all. Sports South, December.
Every year, the excitement grows. It's more popular than ever. NCAA Women's Basketball. Find out who's on top in the NCAA Women's Basketball Preview.
Tuesday night at 11:30 on Sports South. School pride, school glory. The top Division 1AA teams go head-to-head for the title. And when it's over, there'll be no dispute as to who's number one. It's the Division 1AA playoffs, live Saturday at 1 on Sports South.
Everyone I enjoy, and you know, to win here in Macau obviously is a great experience because a lot of big names in Formula 1 have won here in the past. So I thoroughly hope that this can help set me up for the future.
Now surely we must see you in Formula 3000 very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to do Formula 3000 next year, and we're working on the budget for that. And hopefully this win here might help me to find some further sponsorship.
Now, after being overtaken in the second leg, you must have been thinking about what happened to Mika Hakkinen last year.
Yeah, well, it wasn't so bad after I was overtaken. It was when I was being followed by Gene that I was more aware that something could happen, because he's a good driver, but if he made a slight mistake and ran into the back of me, then maybe I'd go off and he'd continue and win the race. So I was almost relieved when he eventually passed me under braking for Lisboa, because then all I had to do was just follow him, and that was a lot easier.
So, an excellent Macau Grand Prix to join the superb races that we've had in the past and to maintain the tradition. Coulthard, the overall winner, Gene second, Fittipaldi third, Angelelli fourth, Barrichello fifth, and Tom Kristensen sixth, with a record lap for Jordie Gene, 97.99 miles an hour.
Well, it's been a great end to the weekend's racing. We'll be back next year for the 39th Macau Grand Prix, and we certainly hope you will too. But for now, from all of us here in Macau, goodbye.